I am not an AI expert. I'm a creative, and I'm the founder of Evolve Media, which is a creative agency and production company. And basically, we have been looking at how we can adopt AI for both the creative side and the strategic side of our business. And as a company called Evolve Media, we think that's important. Ever since I started the company, the way we capture media has been changing, the way we edit media has been changing, and the way we distribute it has been changing. And it's been changing really fast. I went to film school. I was working in film before getting into the creative and digital world. And so we've seen this snowball. And one of the reasons I come to these events is to meet folks like you and see how we can partner and do things better, get more creative, and have more of an impact, I guess I would say. So we focus on digital, commercial, and television campaigns. We are looking to integrate AI into both the creative side and the strategic side. I think we'd like to see more of the strategic side available. Looking for a lot of that. But, as a legacy agency, our work ranges from just completely focused on creative to also focused on measurable performance-based content with calls to action. Most of our work is video and film-centric. And as I mentioned, we are looking at adopting things to both sides of the business, creative and strategy. Tonight, I'm going to walk through what we've done on the creative side. Some of it's successful and some of it's not. And we can kind of look at where that can be improved and maybe where I don't know what I'm doing and could do a better job, or how those tools might be able to be improved along the way. So yeah, I've worked on things from concepts to ideation to images, art, video, voiceover, music, and as I mentioned before, hopefully soon strategy, all within the AI world. So we've been experimenting. But to start off with, I'm going to just kind of play one of our traditional campaigns so that you get an idea of what we normally do. So this is a campaign that we did for Jockey Underwear, Jockey Skimmies. This was an Instagram only play. So it was shot vertically for Instagram for 30-second and 15-second spots. We developed the creative. We cast, name talent, Allison Hannigan, filmed it in LA, had basically a 2 or 3 month campaign. And this is kind of typical of some of the work that we do. This is that 15-second piece of the campaign that I'll share.
Hi, I'm about to stop friction affliction from ruining someone's day. You look like you may be suffering from a bad case of friction affliction. Are you ready to be saved by Jockey Skimmies? Great, you've just been saved by Skimmies.
All right, so that's kind of a sample of one of our typical digital campaigns. So now I want to shift gears and jump into a commercial that we did, a spot that we did, and then I want to rework it with us as a group, and you can see what we've done with it. So this spot is a B2B play. It's a national TV spot, which is kind of rare. Business to business national TV spot is kind of a tough one. It's not something that you can measure. You don't know how much business somebody got from it. And we're talking about usually something kind of boring, right? So this is one of our clients. This is CBiz. CBiz is a consulting firm that provides insurance and accounting consulting for medium-sized businesses that are growing into new markets. And so their goal is to speak to these business owners in these various markets. So the only time this plays nationally is during pro golf tours on national TV. That's their audience, right? And this is where strategy and stuff as AI develops is actually getting better. And there are some tools that we've been looking at that can improve that targeting. So this is the 30-second spot that is currently airing nationally in specific locations nationally.
So, you've been my advisors for what, 10 years? Now we're expanding into 12 states. You know that I love working with you guys, but this is a steep hill, and I need to know if you can handle the climb.
Absolutely. Your team is bigger than just us.
You'll need specialists in state and local taxes who really understand manufacturing.
And here they are.
CBiz, your trusted local advisors, backed by specialists nationwide.
Did I say 12 states? Make it 20.
So in all honesty, the inspiration for that spot was Men in Black when they're in the elevator and they see all the aliens. Yeah, so we tried to get as creative as we could for that spot. And they've come back to us and they've said, okay, this has run for the past few years. We're ready for a new one. And we haven't started that creative process yet, but I thought, why not try it now? And so the following sample is very rudimentary. It's only for demo purposes only. So it's very high level. But what I did is jumped into ChatGPT. So what I asked it, as I said, instead of giving it a lot of prompts, we have ChatGPT 4 now. It can scrub the web, look for things. So I said, let's make this simple. Like, we're starting from ground zero. We want to improve on the CBiz commercial and make something better. Can you help pitch some ideas and give us some concept art? ChatGPT got back to us with 5 ideas right away. It said, hey, would you like to do a storytelling approach? A commercial that could feature a series of short testimonials. Sounds pretty boring. No, thank you. Day in the life sequence. This concept could follow a day in life of a business owner. Okay, that sounds interesting, but I think we've seen it before. Futuristic vision. Think holographic displays, AI-assisted decision-making. That sounds cool, but this is a very traditional company. I know that it's not going to really, work for them. So comparative narrative. I like this idea, split screen, somebody that used CBiz as a business, somebody that didn't. But once again, that's a little bit overplayed. And so the last one is the one that I like the most. And this is an idea that would involve a visual journey through the history of business, showing CBiz's services and how they evolved to meet the ever-changing needs of business. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, it could be like a Harry Potter sort of thing. You're in a train, you're passing these businesses that are kind of old fashioned, and then you're seeing that CBiz is somehow. So yeah, I can imagine like you're flying in this train, you see like businesses as they change, and then you get to the modern business that's the perfect, business for CBiz, and you open the train door and you get out or something like that. So that's kind of what it inspired. Now the concept art, I don't think we were on the same page. So this is what it came up with. I couldn't tell you half of the stuff that's in this. But this is a start. And the way we work, the process of elimination is sometimes the best way to get creative. When you get shown things that you don't want, when you're told things that you're not interested in, it can really help drive you towards that thing that you really are interested in. Many times I'll walk into set or, on stage and somebody would be like, I think we should shoot it like this or do it like that. And I immediately know that's exactly not what I want. And then we can kind of move it from there, right? So, ChatGPT gives us a little. On the left, you can see bustling marketplace. In the middle, it depicts present-day office space, which it doesn't. And on the right, you see a futuristic view of the holographic displays of modern-day business. So what we like to do from this point is move on to a tool called Storyboard Hero. And Storyboard Hero is fun because you can either take an entire script, upload it to Storyboard Hero, and it'll break down the storyboards, it'll give you your scenes, and stuff like that. Or you can just take a concept, provide it to Storyboard Hero, and it'll work out some sort of scripting and some sort of scenes. So here's a sample of the first page of Storyboard Hero. All I did was type in or copy and paste in my preferred number 5 concept, told it it's a widescreen, spot, 30 seconds long. And then I provided it a sample of the original CBiz commercial. So it had some sort of frame of reference. I asked it to develop a concept based on that one concept. And it came up with 5 different scenes based on that concept. And this is something that we would normally rework a bunch, but we didn't rework any of this. This is just like, throw it in and let's see what ChatGPT is giving us, or what AI is giving us in general from the start, and then what kind of generative AI we're getting from these concepts. So like I said, this all needs to be reworked, and it's something we would workshop a lot internally to come up with what we wanted. So we have, a description for each scene, an action for each scene, and even a voiceover for each scene out of these 5 scenes that encapsulates a 30-second spot based on that ChatGPT concept that we came up with. And then we can ask it to give us a storyboard. And so it came up with these storyboards. It kind of started off with like ChatGPT did with the old-timey, old-fashioned business on the street. Then it moves into, we see a montage of different businesses facing challenges such as financial struggles and lack of resources, but for some reason it gave us an image of coins with weird markings all over them. And then it moves into a diverse group of business owners and employees are shown with determined expressions on their faces. So that looks pretty good. We don't see fingers. There's not like too many fingers on anybody's hands or anything like that. We have a futuristic, we see what's the future of business could be. And then we see somebody's frustrated with their current state of business. So very disjointed, but we didn't give it a lot to work with, right? All we started with was one sentence saying, let's make a better spot than the spot that has been before and give us some ideas. So the amount of tools we have available to develop something that is more impactful and redigest it and rework it. This would take me, and normally, we have a group, a team that is ideating on this kind of stuff, and requiring budgets from our clients ahead of time. And this is a way that we can actually even close business before we have to get a team together, and then we can pull the team together and really workshop this stuff. So in a nutshell, that's kind of about as far as our creative process and artistic process has gone with our clients at this point. And now I'm going to drop into something that's a little more fun. Not that wasn't, but so I've worked a bit with Runway, and have many people worked with Runway here in the audience? All right. So Runway is a way to generate video based on your prompts. So it's very much like Midjourney, but it's like Midjourney on steroids. So you can actually, and right now I think the subscription I have, you can generate video, 4 seconds of video at a time. And I think you can up that, it's just like Midjourney and ChatGPT. It's always evolving and changing very quickly. But I had this idea, and I wanted to create a guy in a black suit with a head that was a TV, and his face was in it. And then as he would walk around, different things could come on inside of that TV. He's like a walking human billboard, basically. And this was kind of my first foray into Runway to see like how does this work, and can it kind of imagine this thing that I've created. But instead it had humans with weird, crazy digital boxes for heads, and we couldn't quite get to that TV image that I was looking for. So I had a bunch of different 4-second videos of people running around with boxes for heads. So I created my own video, and I used Resemble AI to redo my voice and do an AI voice for each one of the characters. And then I took it into Final Cut, and I cut a little video here, and I just thought I would share what that. Let's see here. So this is literally a bunch of 4-second images, videos that have been cut into one pseudo David Lynchian type of story.
I'm looking for the face.
No face here.
Have you seen the face?
Nope, I haven't seen the face.
Have you seen the face?
I can't hear or see the face.
I see a face. Right there. It's the face.
So I would say kind of next steps is, would anybody like to jump into Runway and try it out real quick before I end the... Yeah, all right, we're going to do it. So anybody, let's have some audience participation here. Does anybody have a concept of something that they'd like to see, a little 4-second piece of video? Oh, boom, right there.
My concept is Frosty the Snowman as a fry cook in ancient Egypt making dinner.
All right. Frosty the Snowman as a fry cook making what kind of dinner in Egypt? Just any kind? Okay, so
in ancient Egypt, cooking dinner. I heard pupusas.
We'll just optional. Yeah. So the thing about this is we have to put in a lot of good prompts. I should have prepped you guys, but let's test this thing and see what she says. All right. So we can do a free preview, very much like Midjourney, for those of you that are familiar with Midjourney. So all it does is it gives us little images that we can decide if we want to either modify those or create video from there. Boom. Look at that. How you doing? Can you guys see that all right? Which one do we want to do? All right. Let's consider this frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4.
Which is the most fun?
Yeah. All right. We'll just go, what? Number 1, okay? All right. We've got Frosty if anybody wants to watch him cook. Yeah, it was that I kept trying to create something with a face in it, like this digital image with a face inside of it, and Runway couldn't seem to find the face. And so I was like, all right, where's the face? So I figured all these characters that it had made that didn't have a face, finally finding it just kind of made like a fun little storyline, and I didn't just waste my time. Or maybe I did, but... I tried, and it was hard to find, there was some max headroom stuff out there, but I couldn't really find a good face inside of a TV, and it kept getting confused. One thing I did do, you guys know the picture that people have in their walls, usually down in the man cave, that's like the dogs playing poker, that image. So I've uploaded that and tried to get it to get dogs playing poker, and it comes out about that snowman. It's pretty weird, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, just hard costs. I think I think the Runway is like a $50 a month subscription, and then it includes like 100 seconds for that $50, and then you pay for seconds over it. So hard cost less than $50, but if you added like my time editing stuff like that, then millions. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, the challenge, I think where it works is on the ideation and the concept side, but once you get to the generative AI side, unless we're doing something really weird, which some clients are into, and we want to push those edges, and make something really creative. That would be fun, but at this point, nobody yet. The real practical application is coming up with ideas based on ideas we already have. When you see on the production side, I guess, for us, like on the practical production side, there are like editing tools. There are things like this tool called Video Highlight. I've been coming to a few of these meetings. I've seen folks that have tools that can take content and then edit it down and make it faster, better, put it together with other things. So those are tools that are completely practical from a production and post-production side. Yeah, I guess we kind of saw it, right? Like it's not ready for, commercial use on a level that I think, it is to a point with a lot of refining, but by that time, you probably could have hired a 3D artist and produced that yourself. So we kind of have to make that transition. Absolutely. So I just pulled it up on the page for everybody. There's a bunch of options, and I meant to go over this. I got a little ahead of myself. So you can do video to video. So you can use your own video if you want to change how that video looks. You can see it looks like they use like a claymation there. You can do text or image to video, which I've used both of those. You can remove backgrounds, which we're not really doing that. You can do text to just image to image, and then 3D capture. And there are tutorials all over Runway, so it's pretty easy. There's, like with most AI tools right now, there's a free sign up account. So it's pretty easy to get familiar with and play around with, and it's pretty fun. It's probably the funnest AI tool that I know of. It has, sadly, I think there's I don't think from a writing perspective, but from an art perspective, concept art, storyboards, I want to keep employing storyboard artists and artists. Sometimes that's an arduous process, depending on the client. Like you have to interview a number of storyboard artists. You need to make sure they have the type of style that you're going for so that gets translated properly to the people that are looking at it. If you get somebody that does cartoonish style stuff, and we're doing more of a serious thing. So these tools can definitely help dial that in a lot more quickly when it comes to still images and the actual boards. But yeah, I think that's about the only place I can think of it right now. Everything else, I would see us just improving on with the same team.